Okay, video number 3. All right, here we go. All right, so you'll notice that my setup is changing a little bit. So I'm trying to find new, better ways of doing things that'll make it a little easier, a little more efficient. Because, like I said, do want to continue doing this. Whether I gain an audience or not, this is more so for me than anybody else, as I've already expressed. But anyway. So today in this video, I'm going to talk about hearing loss and hearing aids to go along with the brain tumor stuff, which I'm nowhere near being done talking about, but that is going to continue, and got to get into all the broken back stuff, which is a catalyst for pretty much everything else besides the brain tumor stuff. Um, But today, hearing loss, hearing aids, um, hearing what I want to hear or hearing what I think I hear, which can be fun sometimes, and not so fun other times. If you have hearing loss or are wearing hearing aids, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, my hearing loss, um, I have limited hearing in my right ear and zero hearing in my left ear. Now, as I expressed before with the brain tumor, initially they took the brain tumor out and had to disconnect. I don't know if I said this before or not. They had to disconnect the nerves and disconnected the inner ear and everything. So basically, I was deaf beforehand because the tumor was wrapped around the cluster of nerves coming off of the inner ear. So it was compressing those nerves. I was already deaf in that ear. So when they disconnected the nerve set from the vestibular system and the inner ear and all that good stuff, it just completed it, which was really no big deal because I was already deaf. Excuse me, adjusting the audio. So, um, but it completed the process when they disconnected the nerves. So I have to wear the cross hearing aid. And if you don't know what that is, basically what that is the the left side, which is the side that I am deaf on. It takes the signal. It'll take the sound from the left side and push it over to the right side, so I can hear what's going on my left side as well. I'll hear it in my right ear, which is extremely beneficial. Being that I had my ear canal closed up, I had to come up with a way because I can't wear the traditional hearing aid. I'm going to cover the body of the hearing aid up because I don't want to give away the brand name. I don't want to piss anybody off. But you see how the plug works? It goes inside the inner ear. Well, I can't do that with my left ear because I don't have an ear canal. So I had to come up with a different way to wear the left side hearing aid. They wanted to take a mold of my inner ear, or not inner ear, but of my ear, and make a mold for my ear to uh to fit it, which was going to be an exorbitant amount of money that they would I would eventually have to pay for, because the VA was not going to pay for that. But anyway, but being that I used to be military and used to be a cop and film, by the way, all three of those use this. I knew of a way, uh, a radio piece. This little guy right here, that that goes in your ear. So I came up with a way to fit that to the left side hearing aid. So anyway, that's what I have to wear to to hear. Not great, but better. At least I can hear what's going on around me because I'm already paranoid as is. If I do not hear what's going on around me, it's I already have back pain and neck pain. It's almost like a broken neck as I whip my head around constantly. But anyway, that's a whole different story. But the hearing is very tricky at times. It's so weird because I'll hear things that I honestly don't know if they were there or not. Uh, I have no clue. And somebody will say something like, "Hey, can you just for instance, just something simple like, hey, can you please hand me that bottle of ketchup?" Something simple like that, and I'll hear what I will hear is, uh, "Watch out for that donkey backing up," something like that. It's flipping horrible. It's funny, but sometimes it's a little tricky. But anyway, without the hearing aids, it's no good. It is a no go. Now, the biggest this is to me the biggest benefit of the hearing aids. This is going to sound absolutely horrible. I am so isolated anyway. I have isolated myself so far. I don't talk to anybody. I pretty much sit in a dark hole all the time. There's only one person that I talk to other than doctors. Um, and I don't talk to her hardly at all as is. And I live in the same house, not the same room, but the same house as the same as this person. But I don't see her that much. I I'm isolated. I have isolated myself over the past 7 years, whatever it is. I don't even know anymore. I'm just in my own little world. This is what I'm doing here is my attempt to crawl out of the hole. This is my I've said several times over the past few years to a couple of people, this is my last attempt to do whatever. Well, this this is my last attempt to crawl out of a hole, and we'll see how it goes. But this is, we shall see. But anyway, and part of the isolation is because I'm deaf. The hearing loss has played a huge part in why I have put myself in such a dark tunnel, and a lot has gone along with that. And you will have to read between the lines to get what I'm talking about. So I really don't want to put that out there just yet because I don't know how the YouTube guidelines are just yet with talking about certain mental health aspects of things. And I'm not quite ready to go there just yet. But if you read between the lines, I'm sure you can get where I'm talking about. Which there is a certain incident that happened at the end of the year last year for me that I will be discussing at some point in the future that that happened that that I went through that I also will be discussing at some point in the future. So, the hearing loss played a huge part in what changed in my life, and what what I've done, what I did, and what I'm doing. Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. This is another part of being old. Where I was going with that was one of the biggest benefits of the hearing aids for me is that I can connect to everything. I can connect to my television. I can connect to my telephone. I can connect to my car, which is hugely important. I am connected to my computer, although when I'm doing this, I have to take the hearing aid out because of the squelch factor. I get squelching from the wearing the over ear headphones over the hearing aid, so I can't do that. I I learned on my second day of playing with the equipment that I can't do that. I was chasing a phantom squealing sound, thinking it was the my audio setup and my computer. I was chasing it, wondering what in the hell. What is it? What is it? Why can't I find it? I'm pressing every button on the freaking board, trying to playing with every mixing sound I can play with, going through every setting I can find in the computer. What? Why can't I find this? Oh yeah, it was the hearing aid. I spent almost 2 hours chasing a sound that was in my ear, and that happens. That does happen. I hear sounds a lot that that are that are caused by the hearing aid, um, and strictly by the hearing aid. And also, I will hear things that sound like they are right. They sound like they are in my head or right up next to me and scare the living crap out of me. That's how good these hearing aids are. It's unbelievable how clear and crisp these things are. Um, I'm very thankful to have them. The VA supplied them for me, and they have been it has been a huge blessing. The VA has kept them up for me. They have replaced them once for me already. Um, like I said, I will not divulge the brand name, but so far it has been fantastic. And if you're in the VA system, you know exactly what brand name they are, and they have been fantastic for me. I do not have any complaints with them, and they got away from the Iron Man setup. Thank goodness. That was a pain in the butt. If you have hearing aids, you know what I'm talking about when I say the Iron Man setup. It was good to have because it was the early technology, but it was kind of it was kind of a pain. But anyhow, um, the hearing's tricky. The hearing can cause all kinds of problems. Not only because you have lost a sense or a part of a sense, which is vastly impactful across your entire life, and you don't realize how impactful it will be until you go through it. Um, but you will start to pull back. You'll notice that you'll start to pull away from things that you enjoyed before. No, I'm not saying everybody will be this way because I don't know. It depends on the person. But I think for most people, you probably will pull back a little. At the very least, some things will change with how you are socially. Because if you can't hear, things change. I was not a social person to begin with. I was not a social butterfly at all. Now, That being said, if I was to get into that social mood, I could be a social butterfly. It just depends. Um, for those of you who know me, if I chose to be in that mode, I would be in that mode. I haven't been in that mode in years, and I probably never will be again. But that that I after the hearing loss was complete on that side, I basically lost all will to be in any type of social settings because I lost all dynamic range of I don't know what you would call it, I guess. Um not I don't even know what you would call it. Of what's around me, of an idea of spatial awareness, I guess, of being able to tell where sounds are coming from, where who is speaking from, what's that clanking sound, where did that come from, or the banging sound, where did that come from? If I can't tell where sounds are coming from, I'm not a happy camper. So me and my social days are pretty much done, um, which is fine. I don't miss it at all. Not, not. Like I said, I wasn't social before, but the hearing has been has not been fun. It has been quite tricky, and being a music lover, and I wouldn't say I guess a former pseudo musician. It sucks to be to to be tone deaf now. So, uh, music days are over. Those are gone. Bye bye. See ya. That I miss. There's a lot of other things that go along with the hearing loss that I absolutely miss. So, um, yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. That's one of the things that goes along with the brain tumor. That's just one of the things. That's one of the things I wanted to throw out there real quick. I know I said I was going to make a video sooner than what I've done, but I am going to try to do more. There hasn't been much engagement yet, but like I said, it's okay. I'm not doing this for YouTube rock star status, but I will continue, and hopefully all of the all of my brain tumor folks and hearing loss folks and broken back folks and veterans and others will start to join in. And eventually, I'm gonna start talking about other stuff because I do. There's I have a huge range of topics that I would love to talk about, and eventually, I'm going to. And I'm probably gonna start another channel or two for some other topics that I've always been interested in, and see what I can do with that. See where I can go. But there's so many other channels dealing with these topics. It's so saturated. Um, but we'll see. But right now, I'd like to stay with the educational and health side, and hopefully get a little community going with this. See if we can get some acoustic neuroma deaf folks talking. See if we can get some support happening. Okay, love to hear from you. Let's get it going, guys. All right. Pitter pat.